Howdy y'all, welcome to another World of What Ifs. This week we're going to be doing a what if scenario on future Trunks if he went to New Namek after returning to the past. What if, after dispatching 17, 18, and Cell, Trunks decided to have Bulma build a spaceship to take him to New Namek after finding out its location from Goku and King Kai in the past. With this knowledge, he and Bulma are able to visit New Namek and use their Dragon Balls, as well as recruit Dende to be the new Guardian after Trunks informs Kami and Piccolo of the good they can do once they fuse. Plus, Kami's getting too old for this shit. Okay, so here's the best possible wishes they could use for the Namekian Dragon Balls. First is reviving Piccolo and Kami, getting the Earth Dragon Balls back, and just like in the Namek saga, they can ask King Kai to have Kami and Mr. Popo, who we assume never died, have them gather the Dragon Balls and wait for Dende to upgrade them upon arrival. Second, wish Goku back. As the Namekian Dragon Balls do not have the same drawbacks as the Earth, he can be resurrected no matter how he died. Third, wish Goku to Namek, where they can give him the cure for the heart virus. This way, if it surfaces again, it's dealt with. After Goku's arrival, the gang instant transmission back to Earth with the ship and Dende. Then head for the lookout, where Mr. Popo, Piccolo, and Kami are waiting, after Trunks explains the need for Piccolo and Kami to fuse, and have time to think things over. Kami agrees and they fuse. Then Dende upgrades the Dragon Balls to 2 wishes, with no limit on how long a person's been dead or how many times they've died. As Trunks remembered this issue from the past timeline, the trade-off being, just like on Namek, if someone has died and been revived before, they can only use 1 wish to bring back 1 person. First wish, revive all those killed by the androids in Cell. As this dragon has never revived Tien or Yamcha, they would be revived as well. Also, a large portion of the populace would be revived, along with Gohan. Second wish, wish back Vegeta. After a year has passed, they would use the Namekian Dragon Balls again. First wish would be to resurrect Krillin, followed by Chaozu, and the third wish Trunks would use to share his memories of the other timeline so that the rest of the gang can be caught up to speed on everything that's happened. With the team back together, and since they kept their bodies for the exception of Vegeta, they would have all went to King Kai's to train and come back much stronger, as well as knowing the Kaioken and fusion. Now, having 20 plus years of training under their belt, Goku would have most likely reached, at minimum, Super Saiyan 3 and probably much stronger in his base form, as he had quite a few years on top of how long it took him to reach Super Saiyan 3 in the main timeline. Gohan would have reached SS2, approaching SS3, and a boost to his base form as well. Piccolo would be at least as strong as Imperfect Cell before fusing with Kami. After fusing with Kami, somewhere around semi-perfect Cell's level. Krillin, Yamcha, and Tien would all be around as strong as 19 and 20, if not somewhere around 17 and 18 if they maxed out their Kaioken. Chaozu would be around first form Frieza level, and Vegeta would still be a Super Saiyan, but he wouldn't have gotten much of a boost considering he didn't have his body, making him the second weakest, only stronger than Chaozu. But that won't last. He has a year extra training before Krillin and Chaozu are revived, and he'll have SS Grey 2 by then. After being revived, Trunks asks that they all continue to train together in the event that this ever happens again. They agree, and with Vegeta mellowed out after being dead for a few years, is eager to catch up with Goku. Future Bulma draws up plans for a headquarters and training facility with an extra large gravity room, big enough for all the fighters to use. But instead of using supplies that they need to rebuild the cities and stuff, they use the Dragon Balls. The first wish would be to build the headquarters and the training facility with the gravity room. The second would be to make it indestructible, as, well, they like to blow things up. During the year gap between Gohan and Goku's revival and Krillin and Chaozu's, they go to tell Chi-Chi the good news. She's overjoyed to the point that when Goku tells her what they're planning as far as training to prevent this from happening again, she doesn't even care and drags Goku away to the room. In the year leading up to Krillin and Chaozu's resurrection, 3 children are born. The first is Goten, son of Goku and Chi-Chi. The second is Bra, and the daughter of Bulma and Vegeta. Third is Pan, daughter of Gohan, and hopefully a woman who was Videl. Just happened to meet. That's a little bit of fan fiction there, but it could always be another woman. But moving on. Okay, now that we're all caught up, moving on to after Krillin and Chaozu are revived, and then headquarters built, and training begins. Within the first 4 years, these would be the following results. Goku, Super Saiyan 3 Mastered. Gohan, Super Saiyan 3. Trunks, Mastered Super Saiyan 2. Vegeta, Mastered Super Saiyan 2. Piccolo, as strong as Perfect Cell. Krillin and Yamcha and Tien, as strong as Imperfect Cell. And Chaozu would be around as strong as Final Form Frieza. Pan and Bra and Goten would be starting their training around Nappa's strength. Moving on to the Buu arc of the future. Sensing such high power levels coming from Earth, the Supreme Kai decides to go warn them in advance of Babidi's potential arrival. He takes them to the world of the Kais, where they can train and attempt to pull the Z-Sword. Once it's pulled, they will test it, master it, and eventually break it, releasing the old Kai, who in turn will offer to unlock their potential to better prepare them for what is to come. It should be noted that both Supreme Kai and Kibito train as well. Within 2 years, Babidi arrives on Earth. Power-ups as followed. Having all of them obtained in ultimate form, Goku, Gohan, Trunks, and Vegeta are all about equals. Piccolo is about as strong as Super Perfect Cell. Krillin, Yamcha, and Tien are as strong as Perfect Cell. Chaozu is as strong as Imperfect Cell. Goten, Bra, and Pan, now 7 years old, have obtained Super Saiyan 1 plus the ultimate form. Needless to say, when Babidi and Deborah show up, they stand no chance and are quickly defeated. After that, they dispose of Buu's pod. At this point, you should notice that everyone but Goku and Vegeta have surpassed their main timeline counterparts. Moving on to Battle of Gods. A few months pass, and Beerus awakes from a dream about a Super Saiyan God. Much like in the main timeline, he goes to King Kai's planet to seek information about the Super Saiyan God. Goku fares about the same as he did in Battle of Gods. After that, Beerus travels to Earth to ask Vegeta, who doesn't know much other than this legendary Super Saiyan. Now, here's where things start to change a little bit. Without Buu there to piss him off over some pudding, things go pretty smoothly. Goku comes back and suggests they use the Dragon Balls to get information about the Super Saiyan God. After hearing how to perform the ritual, they attempt it and succeed. Beerus and Goku fight, but this time the fate of the planet isn't hanging in the balance, as Beerus never wanted to destroy it. Much like in the main timeline, Beerus wins and goes home. Having acquired the taste of their food, says he'll be back though. Sometime after the Battle of Gods, Vegeta asks Whis to train him, to which he has to provide ample food. And after Goku hears this, him, Trunks, and Gohan all want to go train as well. After appeasing Whis with food, he agrees to train them for the next year. It's at this point that Goku and Vegeta have caught up to their main timeline counterparts. The others continue to train on their own. Vegeta, Goku, Gohan, and Trunks all train with Whis for the next year. At the end of this year, Vegeta, Trunks, Gohan are all roughly around the same level, with Goku being slightly ahead, and the others gaining significant power-ups themselves. A resurrected Frieza wouldn't happen in this timeline, as the army would have fallen apart long ago. Moving on to the Universe 6 and 7 tournament. I believe it would be Goku, Vegeta, Trunks, Gohan, and Piccolo to participate, and they would simply plow through everyone until they got to Hit, which would result in Goku versus Hit and the Kaioken ×10. I believe the fight would end with a double knockout, as both of them being knocked out of the ring by a large clash of energy, making Universe 7 the victor because they still have fighters left. Zeno would then arrive and Goku would suggest another tournament, leading to the Tournament of Power. Now as for the Goku Black arc, with Shin and Beerus still alive in this timeline, Zamasu's plan fails the moment he tries to kill Shin. This Shin is much stronger than the one we know and is able to hold his own, if only till Whis senses trouble and takes Beerus to his side. Upon arriving, he sees a beaten and worn Shin and Kibito. He then turns to Goku, Black, and Zamasu and Hakkai's them both. It's around this time that Trunks meets Mai. Here is the last power results before the Tournament of Power. Goku has caught up and is slightly ahead of his main timeline counterpart. Vegeta is also caught up and slightly surpassed his main counterpart. Gohan and Trunks are both equal to this Vegeta. Piccolo is just in the range of Super Saiyan God, early Super Saiyan God. Krillin, Yamcha, Tien, Goten, Bra, and Pan are all as strong as Super Perfect Cell, with Chaozu coming in last at semi-perfect cell level. Now I know there's going to be a lot of controversy with a lot of the power levels I displayed, but this is based solely on the assumption that all of them trained during the time they were dead. They had 20-something years to train, and do nothing but train, for the exception of Vegeta. And the only reason he is able to keep up is because he's able to study what the others do and push himself twice as hard as they do. With all that said, what did you guys think? What's your opinion on this what if? Please be sure to let me know in the comments, and if you haven't, hit that subscribe and that like button, and have a good day.